Let's go Oilers! Let's go Oilers! Let's go Oilers! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hockey season is back. The Edmonton Oilers are continuing their quest that fell so short last freaking year. I'm thinking last week because I'm still stuck in that nightmare. But we have a brand new season, 2024-2025. For those of you who have followed the channel, for those of you who've subscribed and watched the previous videos and commented, I appreciate you so much. This year, I'm going to make a video of every single Oilers game. Yes, that's my commitment to you guys and my commitment to myself. This is the year. This is the redemption year. Last year, for those of you guys who followed the Oilers or caught up to them during the playoffs, we went on a Cinderella run that really shouldn't have ended the way it should have. We should have won that. But again, congratulations to the Florida Panthers. And I am going to say that for the last time because this season is brand new, it's different, and it's starting, and it's here. The Oilers are going into 2024-2025 with a few changes along the way, some questionable changes, some changes that we agree with, and some changes that we don't. But let's go over some of the key additions and subtractions that the Oilers have had. We're going to go over the projected lineups against Winnipeg and what I think should happen throughout the course of the year. And then we'll cover some of the expectations of individual players and the team itself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key additions and subtractions by the Oilers. So now we're looking at some of the key additions. Let's take a look at the big names that we got from the free agency. We got Jeff Skinner, we got Victor Arvidsson, who are going to provide a huge amount of offensive boost. Jeff Skinner is slated to be one of the top five on five scorers. So having him there, a legit sniper with Draisaitl who sets up plays, is going to be absolutely amazing. Then we have Victor Arvidsson on the other side of Draisaitl. Arguably, that's where he's going to play. He's going to be the guy that goes in and gets the puck, and he's very tenacious. We've seen him play with the Kings, and I think that's going to be a great addition on our second line. We got Matt Savoy in that trade. We got Podkolzin. We got Emberson. We have Josh Brown, Connor Carrick, Cam Dineen, Robbie Yarventine. These are all the additions that the Oilers have made in the offseason. And some of the subtractions are some notable names are Cody Ceci, Warren Fogle, Jack Campbell, Vinny Desharnais, Ryan McLeod, Philip Broberg, Dylan Holloway. These were two big pieces that I feel like the Oilers lost. And then we lost Sam Carrick as well. With these additions that we have, I think the Oilers have really secured the ability to have a lot of good offense. We can stabilize a little bit of our lines, but the subtractions that we have, losing Vinny Desharnais, losing Philip Broberg, losing and trading away Cody Ceci, our defense really took a hit. So there's going to be a lot of questions as to our defense, and maybe with Evander Kane going on IR, we can potentially look for a legit defenseman that is out there. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to make a video about that in some time this week. I promise you it's going to be a video. You know what? There is going to be a video about potential defensemen that the Oilers can go for, and I think there are some defensemen that are out there that might fit within that LTIR money, and then we'll have to make some maneuvers after that. But there's going to be a video. Count on it, okay? Let's go into some of the projected lineups for the Edmonton Oilers for tonight's game. Have it where it's Connor McDavid, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Zach Hyman. They have Jeff Skinner, Leon Draisaitl, and Victor Arvidsson on the second line. Our third line is going to be that great third line from the playoffs, Matthias Janmark, Adam Henrique, and Connor Brown. And then I have Evander Kane listed there and Matt Savoy on the side. Evander Kane LTIR, Matt Savoy potentially a call-up or playing in the lineup. But Podkolzin, Derek Ryan, and Corey Perry will round out our fourth line. And then we have our defensemen, Ekholm Bouchard. We're not going to mess with a good thing. Darnell Nurse, Ty Emberson is going to get a chance there. He came over in that trade with Cody Ceci. He is potentially a top four defenseman. He's got great skills. potentially could be a breakout candidate for the Oilers. So I'm excited to see how he plays. Then we round it out with Brett Kulak and Stetcher, and then we have Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard coming back. Now, these lineups are for tonight. They could change over the course of the season. I would like to see Matt Savoy substituted in place of maybe Corey Perry, potentially moving up and Connor Brown going down. But we'll see how the year goes. We'll see how it progresses. Anything can happen. Having Matt Savoy come in from that Ryan McLeod trade, I think that's a huge, huge asset that we've added to our prospect pool who can potentially play. And with the whole ordeal with Raphael Lavoie, he was claimed and he could potentially be claimed back. I don't know where he's going. I'd like to keep him, but if cards don't work out, cards don't work out. But this is the Oilers lineups projected for tonight, and we're going up against not the Vancouver. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my mind. I'm so freaking excited about the season. But we're going up against the Winnipeg Jets, who have a world-class goaltender in Connor Hellebuyck. I think Connor Hellebuyck is still going to be the difference maker in the game for the Winnipeg Jets. Yes, they do have a solid team. They're quick, they're fast, but I think the Oilers beat them offensively tonight. So even before the game, I'm going to predict that the Oilers maybe win this game 5-3. I'd like to predict that because I think Stuart Skinner is going to have a rock solid night, and I think the new look line of Draisaitl, Jeff Skinner, and Arvidsson is going to work out. Now, if I'm looking further ahead into the future, I would like to actually see Jeff Skinner play up there with Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins play with Draisaitl, because I think, yes, you don't want to break up that really successful line from the playoffs, but having a pure sniper with somebody like Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman, you have somebody that's in front of the net that's collecting the pucks. Connor McDavid, we can see that he wheels and deals, and he can skate through players. And then you have a legit sniper in Jeff Skinner. But we'll see how the Oilers shape it out as the year progresses. But I think the lineups that we have for tonight could potentially be our lineup for a few games moving forward. Now, one interesting thing for all of us to note is Evander Kane is going on the LTIR, and that's due to the surgeries that he's undergoing and some of the medical issues he has to heal up with and be ready to play. Now, I know there's talk about trading Evander Kane. Me personally, as an Edmonton Oilers fan, I don't think we should trade Evander Kane. He's a great player. We just got to find a way to make him fit within the budget. Having his presence on the Oilers makes it harder for the other team. Even though he may not put up the points that we are used to seeing him put up, he still contributes quite a bit to the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I understand if they have to use Evander Kane as a trade piece to maybe acquire another defenseman, but we won't know that until we get through kind of the first month of the games in October, just so we can see what we have in Ty Emberson or Josh Brown or Stetcher, because we know what we get from Ekholm, we know what we get from Bouchard. Darnell Nurse this year has to pick it up. Brett Kulak has been pretty stable for his positioning and the time that he's on the ice, so I don't have any complaints about him. But our two biggest holes are going to be Ty Emberson and Torrey Stetcher. Stuart Skinner needs to make sure that this season we're not streaky. We have to have the hot hand and run with it, and we've got to hold and control games throughout the season. I know last year we saw in the playoffs he was benched a couple times in place of Calvin Pickard, who really did step it up, so props to Calvin Pickard. But Stuart Skinner needs to show the entire NHL why he is considered a very good goaltender and potentially the number one goaltender for a very long time. This could set up what happens in the future with his contract, now that we've seen contracts with Allmark and we've seen contracts with Swayman and the crazy Shesterkin contract that was turned down, which I don't understand, but maybe I'll make a video about that on another time. I don't know. New York. Right now, New York, I'm sorry, I'm not concerned with you. I'm concerned with my Edmonton Oilers. We are going to be playing tonight. So for those of you who want to catch the game, definitely go check it out. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Look on the NHL website. And last but certainly not least, let's go over some of the expectations that the Oilers have this year. Last year, it was all about cup or bust. And look, we made it to the Stanley Cup final, and we lost by potentially 2 goals. Or, well, 1 goal we scored to tie, and then we score another goal to win it. But okay, we lost, okay? The point was we made it to the Cup final when there was potentially a chance that we could have won it, we could have lost it, but the point is we made it. We beat all the other teams to get there, and we just didn't beat Florida. This year, the expectation is we are back into the Stanley Cup final. Regardless of who our opponent is, The goal is to get there, and it should be the revenge tour of Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and company. The Oilers should be focused. They need to get out to a fast start. They cannot go out to a slow start in the months of October or November. Otherwise, we're going to go into chaos. Last year, we had that 3-9-1 start before everything turned around. So this year, the Oilers are looking to get that quick start and get to the top of the standings real quick, secure that position, hold it, because I think home ice going into the playoffs this year, especially for the Oilers, is going to be critical. Last year we saw the Oilers play at home. They were pretty good. They needed that home ice to help them, and they played very well on the road. So the Oilers, I would like to project that this year they are going to be number one in the Pacific. I'm not shying away from Vancouver and what they did last year, but I think the Oilers, for them to be successful, is they need to know how to win. They need to know how to be in a winning position, and being in the first place position of the Pacific Division, maybe even within the top 3 of the Western Conference or the entire NHL, could potentially help them understand and get and hold on to that winning culture and move forward. So hopefully they can duplicate what Florida did the last 2 years, missing out and then winning. Hopefully the Oilers this year can do that. But I think it's going to be a great season. I hope that you guys will stick around and watch the videos as we post them. I'll try to post videos before games and after games, maybe even during games. I don't know. But you won't know until you hit that subscribe button, that follow, that share, that repost, that like and comment. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure you're getting the notifications here on this channel. Once again, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to come check out this channel. Again, this is everything to me that you guys are checking it out, so I appreciate that. Guys, I will see you after the game. Enjoy. Welcome back to the NHL.